and welcome to Clevi News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. Residents in shock as Lagos-based man allegedly beat his wife to death. NSCDC superintendent gets 7 years jail term for defrauding job seekers. FCT High Court denies ex-Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello bail in case filed by EFCC. I am Imefon Okon with this and more. The immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, has lost his move to gate the FCT High Court to grant him bail. Presiding Judge Justice Mariam struck out Bello's bail application on the ground that it was filed as of the time the former governor was yet to be taken into custody by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. According to the judge, the application was filed on November 22nd, while the former governor was taken into custody by the Anti-Graft Agency on November 26 and arraigned on November 27. Recall the former governor was arraigned before Justice Anine-led court alongside Omar Shaibu and Abdul Salam Haudu in 16-count charge filed against them by EFCC on behalf of the federal government. The former governor is charged with criminal breach of trust in respect of the sum of 110,446,470,089, among others. Is this not politics taken too far? We hear that the immediate past People's Democratic Party-led government of Godwin Obaseki refused to distribute books donated to the state by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The books were considered irrelevant for use by students because the president's face is printed on them. The Edo State Governor, Monday Okpeholo, made this disclosure as he commenced a statewide modeling of public schools and the distribution of books and other instructional materials in Benin City, the state capital. He ordered the distribution of the books across the 18 local government areas of the state. Okpeholo described the act of ordering the books as an act of wickedness. According to a statement on Monday by Okpeholo's chief press secretary, Fred Itau, the first phase of the modeling, 8 schools of the 3 senatorial districts of the state will be taken care of. The governor, in the company of the executive chairman of the Edo State Universal Education Board, Badi Iyamo, a former member of the House of Representatives for Uredo Federal Constituency, and other top government functionaries, later inspected facilities at the New Era College in Benin City. On his part, the SUBEB executive chairman, Iyamo, said the governor gave a marching order for the books to be distributed across the 18 local government areas of the state and that the order will be carried out strictly. A Lagos-based man identified as Sunday has been taken into custody by the State Police Command for allegedly beating his wife, Abibat Bakare, to death in the Ibaja area of the state. According to a sibling of the deceased, identified as Bakare, the victim had suffered domestic violence from her husband on several occasions before she eventually succumbed to death. He added that on the said date, he was at the bus stop in the early hours of the day when he saw the victim and her husband ride past him on a bike in a suspicious manner. Bakare said about an hour after they had driven past, he received a call from someone informing him of his sister's death. Meanwhile, the Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer, Benjamin Odenye, confirmed the incident when contacted in a telephone conversation on Monday, adding that the suspect had been arrested and an investigation had begun into the matter. Meanwhile, a death sentence passed by the Jigawa State High Court on a couple and the wife's 2 siblings has sparked mixed reactions across the state. It was gathered that the 4 individuals were found guilty of murdering Salamatu Musa, a 30-year-old woman accused of witchcraft. The court ruled that the accused conspired to attack Salamatu Musa, alleging that a supposed witchcraft caused the death of their child. Speaking on the ruling, Abbas Rufai, Director of Protocol and Publicity for the Jigawa State Judiciary, stated the judgment's significance in promoting justice and the rule of law. Abbas noted that the evidence presented, including 5 witnesses, a medical report, and the convict confessional statement, convinced the court beyond a reasonable doubt. However, the case has elicited diverse opinions from citizens. Fatima Mohammed, a human rights activist, praised the judgment, calling it a victory for human rights and a deterrent against jungle justice. Aminu Bala, a law student, echoed similar sentiment, pointing out its role in curbing vigilantism. Meanwhile, some community members, including Yusuf Abdullahi, expressed reservations about the death sentence, urging for a balance between justice and cultural values of forgiveness and reconciliation. The Defense Counsel, Mustafa Kashim, has however announced plans to appeal the ruling within 1 week. A superintendent of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Solomon Okodo, has been sentenced to 7 years in jail for defrauding job seekers. In a statement on Tuesday, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission said the convicts deceitfully collected some amount of money to help them secure employment in the Nigeria Correctional Services. According to reports, Okodo was in December 2022 arraigned before Justice M.S. Idris of the FCT High Court for defrauding job seekers. In the 5-count charge, the commission told the court how the convict on different occasions deceived some members of the public into parting with different sums of money in the guise of securing employment for their relatives in the Nigeria's correctional services. The oil of unity and togetherness which runs through Club the Pals, Abuja, if allowed to penetrate Benue State, especially the Thief Nation, will become a dawn where the success and pain of one is a collective success and the pain for all. These were the words of the president, Club the Pal, Richard Knoll, at the club's annual reunion and award ceremony, which marks the end of the club's activities for the year 2024. Clavy News correspondent has the details. Seated in this hall are sons and daughters of the Thief Nation. According to the Club de Pal president, Richard Ndol, the essence of the annual reunion and award ceremony is to identify and bring together all past and present members of the club in line with the saying, "Be your brother's keeper."
Our aim and objective includes to foster unity, promote cordial relationship among members, promote the welfare and progress of members, reason together and interact as a family, as well as assist members in times of distress, irrespective of political, professional, or religious affiliations, among others. This is to say that instead of allowing unhealthy competition, quarreling, and backbiting to becloud our association with each other, as exemplified in 1 Corinthians 1-12, as earlier quoted, we have deliberately chosen to flow in the spirit of Psalm 133, which says that, "Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity."
The representative of the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Barrister Godwin Buluku, called on the members of the club to extend the spirit of unity experienced in Abuja to the Thief land in general. Chairman of the occasion identified the need for love to foster unity amongst the Thief indigenes. Similarly, the chairlady of the occasion also called for patience and genuine friendship among the Thief Nation.
This unity should not only be sustained here in Abuja, but you should also extend it at home, that you are doing excellently well, Mr. President, and with your escort and the entire members of the club. That You have reasonable control of your various communities at home. Even though you are here, you still control what is happening at home. What is happening at home is not very good of the thief speaking instruction.
There can be no progress without love. And without love, there can be no unity. This is very important for us. The team people are very simple.
Friendship, you need a lot of patience to keep a very good friend. No matter what your friend will do to you, you have to be patient. To keep a good friend is not easy. My good sisters and brothers today, I want all of you to keep your good friends close to your hearts.
By 2022, we have been estimated to be 6.67 million people in Benue State. And the thief nation occupies 70% or thereabout of the state. So when you calculate about 70% of 6 million people, you will know how many thief people are. And when we talk of the Benue economy, whether negative or positive, especially when it is negative, the people that suffer most is the thief people. So if there is a negative consequence, it means 70 people out of 10 are negatively impacted. And this is something we should think about.
Highlights of the event includes the unveiling of the proposed clubhouse and secretariat. Awards of excellence was also presented to some members of the club. President of the club, DePaul, Richard Ndul, also called on the thief indigenes in Nigeria to emulate the kind of unity that exists among the thief sons and daughters in diaspora. And that's the news, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. A Lagos-based man, identified as Sunday, has been taken into custody by the State Police Command for allegedly beating his wife, Habibat Bakare, to death in the Ibadan area of the state. A superintendent of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC), Solomon Okudo, has been sentenced to 7 years in jail for defrauding job seekers. The immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, has lost his move to gate the FCT High Court to grant him bail. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Imefono Kun.
We invite you to